Hello and welcome to the Pit Stop Podcast, the fastest podcast here on YouTube. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski. Folks, we're just a handful of hours away from the 2022 Daytona 500, as a field of 40 cars will be taken on the high banks of the Daytona International Superspeedway. And oh boy, is this going to be such a historic Daytona 500. The fourth official race, points paying for the NASCAR Next Gen car, the Generation 7 car. Gen 6 came back up in 2013. No one knew how it was going to land. Ended up having it be a quite boring Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson winning that race. But now, though, the Gen 7 car, there's a huge port shortage going on. And if it's anything like what we saw in the Daytona Duels on Thursday night, well, we're either going to see some essentially freight train racing and just have it be total chaos coming to the end of the stages. I think it's going to be very interesting. Duel 1 was won by RFK's Brad Keselowski in the number 6, and then duel number 2 was a totally different duel. Duel number 1 was a freight train. It was very boring, not really anything interesting happened. Duel 2, we saw some trouble on pit road with Denny Hamlin. It would be Joey Logano leading on the final lap. He would end up crashing on the back straightaway, putting a block on Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher would go low in the number 17 RFK Racing car. He would end up winning, but it would be Michael McDowell, 2021 Daytona 500 champ, my favorite driver, who almost won that race. He slammed on the brakes hard on the number 34 Loves Travel Stops Ford. And you know what? He would end up finishing second. But Michael McDowell, though, where did he come from? He has a knack for restrictor plate racing, and he is also my pick for the 2022 Daytona 500 win. Could Michael McDowell make it back-to-back Daytona 500 championships? Now, overall, this is such a hard race to predict. I mean, any super speedway race with restrictor plates is hard to predict because you have the big one happening. But I think personally it's going to be, frankly, a freight train chaos right before the stage ends. I don't think we're going to see a lot of crashes. But you know what? If there is a wreck early on, heck yeah, it's going to be a freight train. It's going to be very similar, I think, to 2021. And then with about 5-10 laps to go, that's when it's really going to be a free-for-all. And I do think a majority of the cars, though, will finish the race as a whole. I just think it's crazy, though, that Floyd Mayweather's money team, number 50, that looks like it was brought up by a kindergartner, the way the paint scheme is, driven by Kaz Growler, is even in this show. I just think it's crazy that Floyd Mayweather even has a NASCAR team. We all thought it was fake, and then boom, there it goes. Greg Biffle, though, I think he's a very good sleeper pick, though. Greg Biffle racing his way into the Daytona 500. Anything could happen this race, but with the port shortage, I do think drivers would be a little bit more on the conservative side, but at the same time, it's all about mindset. This is the Great American Race. This is the Super Bowl for NASCAR, for auto racing. This is the place that you want to be and the track that you want to win at to really symbolize a historic career that you have had, or the start of one that you will have. Dominic Konowski, I'm signing out. Take it easy, folks.